Tonight on The Edge, breaking news of a deadly crash.
There is an active scene right now at the Davison and the Lodge. Fox News' Dave Kinchin joins us live from the scene, and I know you're getting new information every moment here. Dave, what can you tell us right now?
Yeah, I got to tell you, this is an extremely graphic scene right now. This is clearly a fatal crash, a fiery crash, and we're going to be very careful not to show you anything graphic here while we show you what's happening here. Davison in the Lodge. What we understand right now is that there was a vehicle that crashed through on the above bridge there, crashed through one of those big cement barriers. You know, you have to be going pretty fast to go through that. That apparently, from what we saw, ripped off the exhaust pipes, the mufflers and everything were left as that car went tumbling down and caught fire, we're told. You can see numerous fire crews working the scene. Again, we are doing our best to not show you anything graphic here. We know that at least one person died in this crash. We don't know what caused it. We have calls into Highland Park investigators. We know this is in fact Highland Park, even though we're close to the Detroit border here, but a very tragic scene. You can see part of that highway closed right there, most of it closed except for one lane, and police continue to investigate all of this, and fire personnel on standby on the scene as well. Reporting live in Highland Park, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
All right, much more on this, of course, throughout the night and tomorrow morning as well. Dave, thanks for that live report. Another young life will be lost due to gun violence. An 11-year-old girl who was shot in the head this week during a drive-by is now being taken off life support.
And tonight we've learned this tragedy has a connection to another drive-by shooting that claimed the life of another child this year. Fox 2's Jessica Dutenheck joining us live with the details, and sad all the way around, Jessica.
It doesn't get much worse than this, Taryn. 11-year-old Lamara Glenn has been here at Children's Hospital since she was shot early Tuesday morning. And sadly, doctors say there's just no saving her. Her mom has to make the awful decision to take her off life support in just a couple of hours. This was Lamara Glenn hours before she was shot.
Basically, in 12 hours, they're going to pull the plug.
Her mom says she's been brain dead since early Tuesday morning when she was shot in the head while sleeping at her aunt's house on Detroit's east side, a sleepover with cousins during winter break from school.
And I don't have nothing. They took my only kid, my only baby.
Doctors at Children's Hospital downtown tell her mom, Brandy Crenshaw, there's sadly no way to save the 11-year-old.
Something I never imagined, ever thinking about that I would have to do to my daughter as young as she are.
Just last month, Brandy was watching Fox 2, saw a story about 11-year-old Latrell Mines, shot in a drive-by while he was skating with friends near Beaconsfield and Coralville on the city's east side. It turns out Latrell and Lamara are good friends.
They went skating every Saturday together 4 weeks ago, and now she's in the same boat.
Early Tuesday morning, while Lamara and her cousin slept, the shooters pulled up firing 23 rounds at the home, trying to target someone inside. We don't know why. Within hours, Detroit police arrested 4 of the suspects. A 5th was arrested later. They're connected to a car theft ring that Detroit police were already working to dismantle. That same ring tied to another homicide last week where a 17-year-old boy was shot and killed.
Y'all deserve everything y'all get. Everything. I'm going to be at every court date.
A family forever fractured in a split-second decision.
My baby was an amazing little girl, like amazing, beautiful, wonderful girl that had a life ahead of her, and it was cut short by some cowardly people.
This should make everyone mad. It is simply unacceptable. We are talking about 2 11-year-olds in just about a month, shot in separate drive-bys, and they happen to be good friends. Now, Lamara's family will eventually need a little help laying her to rest. That information is on our website, if you can find it in yourself to spare a few dollars for this family. Reporting downtown Detroit, Jessica Dutenheck on The Edge.
It's ridiculous and so sad, as you said, Jessica. But any word from the police chief on this case tonight?
Yeah, well, we did talk with Chief White earlier today. They were happy to make that 5th arrest in this case. I understand that he will have an update on this case tomorrow, and of course, Fox 2 will be there.
Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of questions, so it's good we'll be able to hear from him. Thank you, Jessica.
Well, it's not the news the father of the Oxford High School shooter and his legal team were hoping for. Today, a judge denying a request to move the upcoming trial out of Oakland County. The defense attorney for James Crumbley filing a motion arguing that he would not be able to get a fair trial in Oakland County because of his wife's recent conviction for involuntary manslaughter there. James Crumbley facing the same charge. His trial will begin March 5th. All right, some heavy news to talk about to begin our night here on The Edge, but we do want to talk about the weather here. And really, it was just a beautiful, awesome February day with temperatures over 50 degrees again.
Yeah, it's nice to break up our winter, but all good things must come to an end. And Captain Rich standing by with the cool down.
Taryn Roop, we're going to get back to February starting tomorrow, but especially for Saturday. Here's one front off to our south and east. There's another front north of the Great Lakes. That's going to quickly rotate through tomorrow and bring that colder blast for Friday night and for Saturday. Daytime highs today, 54 for us, 61 Chicago, a little cooler up around Newberry in the UP, 42. Here are the numbers today at the airport, 54 and 38. Check out the current readings. It is cooling off. Ann Arbor down to 29. There's 28 in Port Huron, 35 in Howe. Also, some areas of fog, especially along the Lake Erie shoreline close to Monroe, but that'll be getting out of here before sunrise. There's that colder air to our west and to our north, that deep dark purple up there. That's going to quickly rotate through for Saturday. Cold front number 1 is already east of us. Cold front number 2 comes through tomorrow, but we will get some sunshine here for the next couple of days. It's just going to turn colder. Chilly and dry for the rest of tonight, down to 33. Tomorrow's not a bad day, just a bit cooler with a high of 44. And then right there is the full 7-day, 33. That's it on Saturday. But notice warmer numbers for next week along with some wet weather midweek. Roop and Taryn will check it for you starting at 4 a.m.
All right, ain't that Michigan?
Yeah, something to look forward to there.
33 to 60 within 4 days. All right, a West Bloomfield Country Club becomes a victim of vandalism.
This after the Knollwood Country Club was scheduled to host an event for the Friends of the Israel Defense Fund. According to West Bloomfield Police, a pro-Palestinian group blocked the entrance last week, forcing the group to relocate the event. Later, anti-Israel graffiti was found on the property. Sources tell us the vandalism even contained death threats.
It's emblematic of where we are in a society, in our society right now. Jews feel under attack. We felt under attack in many ways before October 7th, and especially after October 7th. The vitriol against Jews from all sides is potent, and we feel it every day.
And right now we're told no suspects are in custody. Well, we are just days away from the Michigan primary, and today Vice President Harris made a stop in Grand Rapids as part of her nationwide fight for reproductive freedoms tour.
Yeah, she was speaking out on abortion rights, and the VP also remarked on an Alabama judge's ruling this week declaring frozen embryos are children. The move puts the future of in vitro fertilization pregnancies in jeopardy.
Individuals, couples who want to start a family are now being deprived of access to what can help them start a family.
Several major clinics in Alabama were forced to pause their IVF programs. They're concerned with the liability they could face if something happens to an embryo.
I didn't say that I agreed with the Alabama ruling. What the question that I was asked is, do I believe an embryo is a baby? I do think that if you look in the definition, an embryo is considered an unborn baby.
GOP presidential hopeful Nikki Haley is clarifying comments about Alabama's controversial IVF ruling. She says she doesn't want to take fertility treatments away from women, but it's also important to treat the embryos with respect. The comments come on the same day Haley announced a leadership team in Michigan. She will campaign in Troy and Grand Rapids ahead of Tuesday's primary.
We'd put in Melvindale into District 3, and then we can get rid of this here without affecting, the districts of the Black community.
A variety of residents sharing their thoughts on the proposed legislative maps in and around Detroit. As you may know, a panel of federal judges ordered that the lines had to be redrawn because the current districts were too heavily influenced by race. Well, today, the Michigan Independent Citizen Redistricting Commission hosted the final public meetings to get the thoughts of voters. It's not clear tonight when the final redistricting lines will be drawn up.